Hey y'all, hey.
Hey y'all.
Welcome back.
Welcome
I'm
back.
Crystal.
And I'm Alisa.
And we are
Your
That's Right.
Your favorite sister podcast.
Y'all, look, you know something? Masi, we do that every single time. Obviously,
We've been doing good.
It's not pre-recorded.
We've been
This
doing good.
girl, she tired. I have been
just told her
harassing her
that.
all day.
Literally.
And I'm like, look, we're getting this podcast recorded.
Oh my God, I'm tired.
So here we are. It's recorded. And this is not a funny topic.
It's really not, even though we're going in here laughing and very joyful.
Lisa, we're
this
supposed
is
to
a
be
serious
all somber.
topic. This is a serious topic.
This is serious.
We're gonna
be
a little serious.
Be serious. Very serious, Lisa.
That part is hard for me at times.
Oh my gosh.
Serious
girl.
sometimes.
Well,
let's
talk
just
about
not within
something
me.
else then.
No, we're already filming. We know what we're talking about.
All right.
So, guys, today we are going to just take it down a notch a little bit and talk about something that's really prone and happening in this world today with females. And that topic today is about abortions. Abortions. My sister says she's embarrassed. Are you embarrassed because you've had an abortion before?
No, I've never. This girl. Why are you making this weird?
I didn't know why you said that you was embarrassed. I was just trying to figure it out.
I have to sit all the way. I had my feet up before.
I feel that you're very biased though when it comes to abortion, and I think that I'm.
What? Where are you going with this? Oh my gosh.
Sis.
Oh my God. Lisa, don't start your trap.
How do you feel about abortions this day and age? Just before you start, in Georgia, abortions are legal, and they just kind of had a ban, though. They had a restriction put.
Let's not talk about the law because we're not quite sure.
I'm going to talk about the law how I think I know what the law is. There was a
look up the law
a recent
for
ban.
Yourself. Please.
Roe versus Wade. Look at me. A recent ban where even though abortion is legal in Georgia, you can only get an abortion at 6 weeks. 6 weeks. You can't get abortion past 6 weeks in the state of Georgia. And if you want it has to be like a life-threatening situation, rape or incest, something like physically harming your body, or you have to go out to a whole nother state.
Are you reading the room right now? Are you seeing my face?
I am. And we are talking about abortion. And that's
I just have a question, and I'm being very sincere.
Wait.
This is going to sound
I could not.
Weird, but I need to. Do you know what you're talking
about? No, how dare you?
Are you sure knows what I'm talking about. These are the facts?
Look it up, world, Georgia.
No, Lisa. Facts. Me and you.
Me and you, sis. Transparency.
I need to know for sure because I don't know.
Yes,
I've not been following it. I am a whole attorney. I've not been following this.
I know.
Are you sure these are the facts?
Do you trust your sister?
No.
I cannot. Okay,
I'm gonna roll with this.
You need to roll with this.
Okay.
And you know me. If I wasn't serious, I'd be like, look, I don't know.
Okay. You've done a lot of research on abortions.
I know this.
Okay.
I know this part of it.
Okay.
I know this part of it. And this is where I end. This is where I end with the facts. Okay. You're not gonna get no more facts from me. That's about it. That's all I know. But abortion is very prevalent in this world, and there is just a lot of concerns and conspiracy around it. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that feel like with abortions, nobody should be able to regulate or mandate what a female woman should do with her body.
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice. Yes, of course. And then you have the other people or whoever who are the opposite of that, who feel like abortion should be legal, illegal. Like people should not kill a baby. Right. Killing a baby is murder.
Or they don't feel
yeah. So just in this world, we have children, we have girls, and that situation can fall upon us as a mother, as a parent. And in that situation, if Kennedy came to you or any of the girls have come to you, which you can give the background of Kennedy. We know Kennedy's probably would never come to you, but in that case, would you allow for Kennedy to get an abortion?
Okay, so let me say this.
Say it, sis.
I'm really annoyed with you.
What? Right.
Okay. So no. So you said any of the girls. I
Yeah.
don't think, my bonus babies have moms. I don't think any of them would come to me
Okay.
about that.
That's
And I
fair.
will be honest, if they came to me, I would, because they're good with their moms. They're not like
Yeah.
estranged from their
It
moms.
could be a safe space
I would,
situation.
if it came to me in a safe space, I would still direct them back to their mom, because I know I would probably feel like if it was Kennedy in that situation, I would feel like, you need to, don't tell my baby what to do about an abortion. You need to come tell me. So I'm only going to speak to Kennedy because she came out of my vagina.
Amen to that.
So Kennedy is a virgin, still a virgin. She said that she wants to, stay a virgin till married. Her sex life is between her and God. I can't babysit that baby's sex life. I've talked to her about the dangers of having sex and not the joys, because that ain't my ministry. But I have talked to her about the dangers. I've talked to her about testing and doctors. And if she feels like she doesn't want to wait till marriage, she can come to me. Like, please, let's get some birth control. Please, let's get this taken care of, because I don't want you out here with a child when you're not ready to have a child. You know what I'm saying?
So you've had those conversations with her?
Absolutely. Before she went, I didn't have it. I had it in her senior year of high school.
Okay.
So before she went to college, I was like, look, I have raised you one way, but I also know the world is going to work on you. And I know that you get to college and things are different, and you might feel like I'm going to do whatever. And I'm not your judge, but I've let her know, like, I am not going to judge you. It is between you and God. And so you can't be trying to, because here's the thing. I felt like if she got out there and I didn't let her know that it was okay to come back to me, that's how you go to sneaking. That's how I wound up with a baby at 21. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't go to my mama. My mama was like, straight abstinence, don't come to me with that, whatever. So I was not doing the best things. So I almost said something. I remember this was Christian podcast. So, but I wasn't being safe. Is the point. And so, I've talked to Kennedy about being safe, about what that looks like, about STDs, and I've talked. I talked to my kids about STDs probably 5 and 6. I started them
5 and 6. Oh man, you scared them early.
Let me tell you something. I did everything but showing pictures. I talked to them about how people can be born with them. And I'm like, so you could have a virgin across from you or with you or whatever. But if that person could have been born with the STD. Absolutely. And so, because I want them to know what that looks like. True. And I'm like, you relive the rest of your life with the disease. You get AIDS, you get herpes. And I'm not vilifying people with those things by all means. Like you could still live a wonderful life. You could still live a healthy life. So I don't want to say that. But those things stick with you forever. Today. So you just trying to have sex, and now you have this things that's stuck with you forever. The rest of
your life.
And so I'm like, you can't want sex that bad, because if you do wind up with something like that, and you're just trying to have sex, you're like, okay, now you stuck. So I've given them all of that.
Yes,
and so
definitely broke it down.
And like I said, before Kennedy went to school, I told her, like, you can come to me. I'm not going to judge you, because this is your, you grown. This is, I've given you everything I can give you. And if you decide, Mom, I'm in this relationship, or Mom, I feel like I may want to have a one night stand, whatever you want to decide, come on, let's get some birth control. That wasn't what you asked me though. So that's it. If KD came to me and said she needed to have an abortion, it depends. I'm an attorney, obviously. Circumstantial. Okay. So like if she came to me and said, she had gotten raped and she would want to have an abortion, I would get to my baby immediately, deal with her with the rape, make sure she had the proper therapy and all of that, and take her to get that. But I wouldn't, if she came to me just on some, I made a mistake. And at that, and I think both points I would direct her to God. Like if she came and asked me what she should do, Mom, my boyfriend and I slipped up. I didn't tell you about birth control, whatever. And I know that you can always speculate about what you would do when you get in this situation. I'll be done cussed out. But it is my prayer that this is how I would respond, not having been in that situation. Is that if she were to come to me and say, she and her little boyfriend slipped up, and she's about to graduate, she's going to California to do her thing, and she's got her whole life ahead of her, and she just doesn't want a baby right now, what should she do? I'm not going to give you any advice on not to have an abortion. I will not give her advice. And they don't really, like I said, my kids don't necessarily ask for my advice, but I wouldn't give her that advice because I don't want to be responsible for having helped you even make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I would do is just send you to God in prayer. I would tell you that whatever you decide is going to be okay.
Yes.
Because all things work for the good of those who love the Lord according to your purpose. And you don't got to be perfect to be able to hold on to that promise.
Yes,
right? And so God will make everything okay still. And so you have to make that decision for you.
Absolutely.
And so, but whatever she decided, I will hold her hand through it. And so if she decided, I can't do this right now, Mom, and I don't want you raising a baby for me, I'm going to have to go ahead and terminate this pregnancy. I will be right there holding her hand and nursing her back and making her know it's okay. The only thing I would do, I think, and maybe this is controversial, whatever, is let her know that this ain't birth control. Like you can't just call me and say, oops, John and I had another mistake.
I did it again.
And think I'm going to come hold your hand. Because I don't think that's cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
The same way you can't decide to have the baby and call me and say, and I'm already helping you raise a baby, and like, oops, John and I made another mistake. That's not going to be okay with me.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, but I'm still loving my child. That love is unconditional, but I want you to do better, and so for me, I'm not, and I'm Christian. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And so I am ultimately going to do what he wants me to do. But as far as loving on my child, I'm not going to beat her up and be like, you can't have an abortion. What does the Bible say? Because I've given you God. And that's going to have to be between you and God. And so that's where I stand on it. I am definitely, as far as other women are concerned, I'm not going to go to no march whatsoever. Pro-choice, pro-life, I'm pro-God.
Amen to that.
And so I am going to pray for people who are in a position where they're unsure. And I am going to pray for people who are in a position where they are very sure and they don't, just so they are safe.
Yes.
Right? Because like I will say to people, one of the big arguments is people going to do it no matter what. You might as well make it safe. And I feel that's true. You're not going to stop abortions by making them illegal. Right?
Yeah.
What you're going to do is you're going to have more dead mothers.
Yeah.
Because they are choosing illegal ways to terminate these pregnancies.
That's true.
And so then it's like, people say stupid stuff like, oh, you can put them up for adoption. Who adopting little black kids from America? They're going to adopt them from Kenya or from Rwanda or wherever. They ain't trying to adopt no little black kid from Decatur.
No, and I think that's part of some of the struggle for females who are dealing with abortions and keeping the baby, because it's like you probably would rather, and this is really a sensitive topic, but rather terminate a baby at 6 weeks or 7 weeks or so versus carrying a baby for 9 months and then having to give them away.
Right.
I think the regret and the guilt of even doing that weighs on you a lot more than terminating a baby that you've never met for 6 weeks into you being pregnant. And I just brought that up just based off of what you said.
That's a good point. And that's another thing that I would want Kennedy to know is that the only thing I would want her to do, I would want her to seek God, and I would want her to let me be clear. If she decided to have a baby, I'm gonna put you in counseling, because baby, motherhood, right? Like motherhood is the best hood, right? And it is. Y'all know we love being mothers. Ain't no secret. Absolutely. We love being mothers.
Yes.
However, that thing is hard.
Yes.
And being a young mother is hard. Even being a young mother with support, Lisa.
And we were young mothers.
With support.
We were young mothers.
And it was hard. And so I would want Kennedy to get the appropriate counseling and the appropriate outside of her family. You need to have somebody to talk to, because when that baby is up crying, and I'm thinking I know best, because obviously I'm not gonna let my baby raise the baby by herself. But your mama at the house thinking she know best. You need somebody to kind of help you through it outside the family. So those are things I would put in place. But then terminating a pregnancy, because I think I'm like the only woman I know who hasn't had an abortion. Almost every woman I know has had an abortion. And so to hear them talk about the trauma and the thoughts that they have and remembering the baby's birthday and things like that, it's not just, throwing that baby out. No, like it comes with something. And so I would want my child to know that it comes with something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Just like having a baby young comes with something.
I actually have a friend who had been in a long-term relationship. She's still in the long-term relationship, and it was a toxic relationship. We talked about that in one of our episodes. And she had one child by this dude. And the child was probably about 1 year old. And they were still experiencing just deceivement within the relationship. And she wanted to leave. But, being in a toxic relationship, sometimes you still are intimate. You still are sexually active with that man. And she ended up slipping up and getting pregnant again. And she mentally was trying to seek help going through it. She wanted to term the baby because she wanted to leave him. And she felt that if she didn't term the baby, that would be a whole nother reason or a cycle for them to kind of get back together again and try to make it work, even though it was just toxic and it wasn't working anyway. And so she just struggled with, if I keep this baby, I know he's going to stick around even longer, And so she termed the baby. She did end up terming the baby, and I talked to her, often. She's always like, she regrets it because she's still with that same man.
Oh my God.
She's still with them. So, and then I have...
Did he know she was pregnant?
Yeah, they both talked about it, and they both knew and mutually agreed that maybe they should do that because of the relationship. And so, and she reminds them, and they talk about it, but it's like, I'm still with you. Like, I'm still with you, and we termed this baby. But I do know that people really go through that mentally, not knowing what to do, just mentally in disparity, just not knowing which way to go. And sometimes they might make that wrong decision, and and they regret it. They regret it. And then I know that some that they've done it 3, 4, 5 times, and that's just what they do.
As birth control. Yeah,
that's just what they do instead of even taking birth control. I have a friend, and I'll go to my birth control situations, and I understand people like who don't take birth control because they can't. No birth control probably just really worked for them. So they're just conceiving, and because they can't, they're not receptive to any birth control. But I have another friend whose daughter was actually a virgin, and she was dating somebody for the first time. And she was 17 years old, and end up getting into some things and getting a little, what I want to say, intoxicated, I guess, and slipped up. Her and the boy slipped up. Boy's first time too.
Oh.
And you already know what happened. She winds up pregnant, but she kept the pregnancy from her mom. She was a small, petite little girl. Kept the pregnancy from her mom, all the way up until she was like 8 months. But the whole time she was trying to figure out how to get rid of the baby.
Oh my God.
So she's trying to rack up money. She's talking to other people besides her mom, trying to figure out how she's going to get rid of that baby. And it finally reached her mom, where her mama found out. She was like at that 8 month, and she still wanted to term the baby. And the mom was like, no, you're not terming the baby. Even if the mom would have known at 6 weeks, the mom is pro. Like, she's like, no, we're going to have this baby. She doesn't care. You're not terming anything. But that kind of severed the relationship between the mom and the daughter, because the daughter wanted to term it. So they were going at it for a while. She despised
8 months.
Yes, and she was still ready. Because she made a mistake. She did not mean for that to happen. It was her first time even engaging in that activity. So it just blew her mind. Like, she was not mentally right. And especially with her mom saying that she had to keep it. Like, she despised her mom. She went like, she was in a depressed stage in her life. But I guess the positive outcome.
Okay, I have questions.
That's great. And
Did she like? How is she now? Do you know?
That's what I'm about to say. The positive outcome of it, because she like the whole once her mom found out and she had to go through the pregnancy, she was like, I don't want this baby. You can have this baby. I'm not. I don't want to have anything to do with this baby. Like, she was just so against it, and I can't stand you. I can't believe you're doing this to me. So she ended up having a baby and everything, and She's good. You know what I'm saying? She's good. I mean, I guess she just had to go through the whole process. Right. You know, her mom, they're fine now. I guess she understands why her mom did what she did. 8 months, you know, that's kind of extreme anyway. But the baby is beautiful. The baby is like a blessing.
Oh, awesome.
Like she came out perfect. Like not crying, just an angel, you know, like she's been here before,
right?
You know, and then she had and this was a household where the household kind of struggled anyway because the mom was a single parent and she had like 5 kids, and so the mom was still like, I'm gonna just lean to God because I can barely take care of my 5, you know, my 5 kids. I don't know how I'm gonna take care of a baby, but there's no way I'm gonna get rid of it. And since that baby came, the household kind of just start flourishing.
Oh, amen. That's awesome.
Yes, and then the father of the child, their family is so supportive.
Okay.
So supportive. So they're helping out, and so the ease is really, the weight is off of her. There's no burden on her. She's not feeling the burden that she imagined that she would feel at 17 having a child. So, you know, they're actually helping her. Like she's graduating, like she's still able to go through school. Like things are really, it worked out for her.
Right. Very good.
You know, that was a situation that I feel like the mom took control of that. She did not leave it up to the daughter to make, any type of decision.
Though. The daughter waited 8 months. She wasn't having no abortion. Nobody's gonna give her an abortion that late.
She was, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And see, that's
she could have went out of state though.
But 8 months?
I think it's still possible I
don't think nobody is killing no 8-month-old baby. And that's the thing, though. But here's the thing. And I'm so glad that the mom found, look, this is just my personal opinion, Lord, whatever. But that's how babies end up in dumpsters.
Oh, my gosh. I was going to talk about that, too. That was going to talk about that, too. That's how babies end up in dumpsters. Or it should be the mom or the person's choice to do what they want to do. Because, again, you have mental health parity that's out here. You have people who go through, like psychosis, depression because of taking care of a baby that never wanted the baby. You know, we've heard so many different stories of, again, babies ending up in dumpsters, or babies being put in the oven and cooked.
Right.
Or like literally like psychosis situation things happening with these babies. So I really feel like it should be the parent's choice or the mom's choice on how she feels and what she wants to do with this baby, because in this world today, you know, people are just doing anything. I think the murder of babies are higher than abortions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Real. And what y'all gonna do, marchers? You know what I'm saying? Yes. To help this problem.
Yes. And then when I was saying earlier about just like birth controls, like some people can't get on birth controls. And the best thing to do, like you said, is be celibate or practice abstinence and all that. But that's just the best way to go.
Sounds
we wouldn't be sitting here talking about abortion or anything.
Sounds good.
But like for me, when I was growing up, I could not find a birth control to save my life at all. I started off with a pill, and the pill just made me moody. I mean, really moody. Like my mom, like we all noticed it. So it was like, okay, Lisa, we can't do the pill. I started off with then I went to the NuvaRing, and I'm like, you have to really insert something up you and let it sit there. Like I'm about 16, 17. I'm not even aware of my body yet. You want me to stick something up me?
Were you sexually active already?
Just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Don't know what just about
what that means. So are you doing it or not?
Almost.
Okay.
A little, yeah, almost there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I not that, no, because I was not comfortable, you know, with in certain things up me and all the other stuff. So they gave me the NuvaRing, and I was like, Mama, no, I can't do that. I can't put it up there, or I can't take it out. So that didn't work for me. And then they had these patches that you can use. You can probably put the patches on wherever you want to put on your body. And that felt like a wax to me. Every time I had to take it off, or even if I took it off, I always had a stain, because you had to keep them things on for like 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I was just like, no, I don't even want a patch on me. So I tried Depo. And Depo was not,
Did it make you big?
I wouldn't even say it, no, I didn't experience that. My menstrual just stayed on. It just never went off. It never went off for a period of time where I was like, I can't do this.
Oh, wow.
I can't do this.
Because normally, if anything, birth control, I don't know. I only had birth control after having children. But it's supposed to stop your cycle.
That's what they said. Yeah, and my body's really different, you know, honestly, from what I'm learning. But When I had my depot, my menstrual just came and stayed and never left. Like at least for 3 months. At least for 3 months. And
Oh my
so I
goodness.
could not do that. And so I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped at that point. And then I think that's when I ended up getting pregnant at 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah.
So you haven't been on birth control since?
Yes, I have. I mean, there was a break where I was not for a period of time, but I did get back on birth control when they came out with this new contraceptive called Nexplanon.
Okay.
So the Nexplanon is like you can put it in your arm and it will stay in there for like 3 years.
Oh,
and
I know what that is. My friend has that. Yes.
Yeah. So I did that for a period of time. But I ended up taking that out. So now I'm not on anything, right? And so I
do you have your tubes tied?
No, my tubes are not tied or anything. I'm playing.
Baby.
Yes. I'm playing.
You playing with fire.
Playing with fire, and I wouldn't know what to do.
You are playing with fire.
I wouldn't know what to do at the age that I am right now. If I was to conceive, I do not know. I do not know what I would do. I'm definitely playing with fire.
How long you not been on birth control? You been being safe this long?
I was on after Jalil, and so I've been off of my Nexplanon probably for about 3 years now. Probably about 3 years. So I've been safe, honestly, for 3 years. I've had multiple scares. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about going to get my tubes tied because I really don't want to deal with that situation.
Why you didn't get them tied after Jalil? You weren't sure?
Yeah, I'm just surgeries, just
because you can get them tied up. I got my tubes tied at 25.
At 25? Wow.
Yep,
that was very, very young. I'm surprised they even did it at that age.
I was married.
And because you was married.
I was married and I had 3 kids.
Okay.
And so at 3 kids at 25, my doctor was like, hell yeah. let's tie them right now. I got them tied right after I delivered Kennedy. Like, they were, you know how you deliver the baby?
Yes,
they tied them right then. Yep.
I probably should have went that route after Jalil, honestly. Because I knew I knew did I know right at Jalil? No, Jalil, he was born and then he cried and he did all this other stuff for me to really realize that that's all I was going to have. But anyway, I really probably should have had it done after my 4th child.
Right in the hospital.
Right in the hospital, right then and there.
People kept saying, you're so young. I have 3 children.
Yeah, no, 25 is young.
3 children by the age of 25.
For you to have had your tube tied. That is very
Let me tell you something. How fertile I am. I would have had 30 children.
I know that's right.
So, I got them things. The only thing I do wish I had not gotten them tied when I met your brother. I would have liked to have a child with him. Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I would have had a child with him. And so we talk about it. We talk about that all the time.
Really?
Like, yeah, I would have done that.
Wow.
Yes, I know.
That's interesting because Jigs, he has the 2 boys. And he don't have his girl. He don't have his girl. We've talked about it. And every time that we talk about it, I'm like, no, I cannot do it. I cannot have another child. I can't go on number 5. Oof. I can't go to number 5.
Let me ask you this, a very real question. Then I have another question to ask you. Do you feel like you're not getting your tubes tied because you're not married?
No.
Okay.
No. I very much feel that I am done.
Okay.
I feel like I'm done. I feel like even at the age that I'm at right now, me bringing another child into this world is a little selfish of me. Because I don't feel like I will be there for my baby. By the time she's my age, I'll be. Hopefully, I'll still be here, but I wouldn't be worth nothing for my child. Yes. I don't know. I'm just thinking about stuff like that. I just think that I'm too old to be conceiving. Now there are people out here that are still having babies at 45, 46. That is you. That is totally fine.
Right.
But me personally, I don't feel like at 40. I feel like this is where we're experiencing greatness in our life,
right?
Where we're wise and we still have a lot to go. And with me being 80 and my child is 40,
this girl's weird.
I would not want to hurt my child like that or You know, I don't know. I might be thinking a little too deep, but I just feel like it would be selfish to bring a child in at this age
And
for
I
me.
get that. I think it's like the running around and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know, that
wouldn't be able to keep up
kindergarten.
at all. Like, and of course you will have siblings, but I think even at an older age, I'll be relying on the darn siblings to take care. Go get your sister. I can't get her. I can't keep up.
And look, ain't no guarantee it's gonna be a girl. And unless y'all got, I mean, I guess you can't guarantee it now, but
no, you can guarantee a girl or a boy.
Yep. You can do gender selection now.
You can do gender. Oh Lord, why didn't I know about this,
sweetie? I don't know that you could do it 11 years ago. How old you, Lil? 9.
8.
Okay.
Oh, but I know it's a thing. It's a thing. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Oh wow, should I give him a girl?
Lisa, don't start.
No, because that's funny. That's funny because that was another thing too. Like, we have another child. This could be another darn boy. Like, how many child?
Do you want to start over raising kids?
No, I do not. And I'm playing around when I really say that. But even the start over of, listen, my last one put a lot of weight on me. We talked about age as it is. My last one, he's the one that did it to me.
I'm not gonna be fine no more.
Listen, I'm struggling to try to stay fine. He did it to me, so I know this 5th one is gonna take me over.
Right. No, I hear that.
So yeah, but I do struggle with birth control. I feel like the last birth control that I had, which was the Nexplanon, I felt like that was the cause somewhat of my hair loss or hair thinning. That's the reason why I took it out. Like, okay,
my friend, that was the cause of hers.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so that probably was a cause. So that's another reason why I took it out, because I'm like, I need to understand my body, because you know, with the birth control, they can kind of mess you up a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting old now. Here I go with that paranoia, going to the doctor. Take this out. I need to figure out my body.
Right.
So I took it out for that reason. And even for Amaya, from my aspect of her being on birth control, she actually asked me at 16 to get on birth control, but I think she strategically did it. I think that the way she acts, she probably meant it to be cautious, but she's really asked for birth control so that she could, because she was having like cramps and stuff with her menstrual period. So she heard that the birth controls could minimize, you know, the pain. So she asked for that reason. But you know,
you ain't stupid.
We know how we were at 16. You know, we're not that stupid.
Right.
And you know, I know that at that time she was still talking about boyfriends, and she still had a car. So I'm like, and in my mind, anyway, in my mind, I said, once my daughter gets 16, once she start getting a car, I'm going to put her on birth control. Like, I felt like I was going to do that anyway. She just happened to come before me, before I could get to her, which was great. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was very responsible of her. So
absolutely.
I ain't asked no question. I'm like, okay, I'll schedule an appointment. Let's do this. But she actually was like me. She struggled with trying to find the right birth control for her. So she went through kind of the same thing that I went through. All the steps, tried all kinds of different kinds. So she ended up with what I have, which is the Nexplanon.
Okay.
But had she not been on birth control, and so of course I put her on that, so I do not have to worry about dealing with any pregnancies, any abortions or anything like that. So I just felt like that was the right way to go. But had she come to me and say, "Mom, you know, I made a mistake and I am pregnant," I am like you. It's whatever my daughter wants to do at this point. But what I would instill and what I would let her know if she decided to keep the baby, and I'll hold her hand straight through it, is that you're going to take care of this baby. You know, this is your responsibility. You made this for yourself. I will help you. I will guide you. I will nurture you through it. We can talk to God, pray to God, but this is your baby. I raised my kids. I got 4 as it is. You're gonna experience and you're gonna see what it is to raise a child. So you know, I would just kind of not be hard on her, but I would give her reality. Like I was telling you about my friend. Like, she actually took the baby on. Like, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that you get through school. This is my baby. I don't know that I would be there. I would be there. You know, I would help. But no, this is your baby. Like, you are going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to feed this baby. I'll help you feed the baby.
Right.
But you're going to hold somewhat of that responsibility. Even if you felt like it was a mistake, you still have to hold yourself accountable, and you still have to take care of your child with my help.
I know me, because I love babies and I love kids. So I know that if one of my kids, that's what I'm saying, Kennedy's biggest probable, if she decided to have a kid, will probably be that I wanted to take the child. Her biggest problem would be like, oh my God, Mom, can you please bring my baby back? Why don't you go have your career? Why don't you go have your life, please? Because my grandchild and I are having ours.
Oh, I can see that.
You know that's how I would be. So that would be her biggest issue.
Mommy, give me my baby back, please.
Yes. No, she'll be calling, Galen, please tell Mom to release the child. No, but that's good. That's I pray that Kennedy is not, I don't want her to be having sex at all.
Yeah.
But I don't want, and one thing I talked with Kennedy about sex is like the heartbreak of the breakup once you've given it away.
Oh my goodness, we definitely have been there.
And I'm just like, you can't get that back. And so you have to be prepared for the emotional portion of it. It's not just like, oh, I had sex. Like, in the event this guy is not your person,
and it was your first,
that thing ain't gonna be pretty. It is not gonna be pretty. And so I just try talking to her about the emotional everything. And maybe that's horrible. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe it's horrible because I only like stress to her like the negative, but I don't really rock with like. Let me say something.
It's a lot of negative.
It's a lot of negative.
When you're deciding to have sex before marriage. You're going to get the negative. You're not going to get no positive.
Especially with some little boy who don't know what pleasing you is. Yes. You having sex. Because I can't, let me say, I wasn't having sex at 16 or 17 or 18. Any of that. I wasn't doing that. I can't imagine, but my child is 19 now, whatever. I can't imagine a 16-year-old knowing what they're doing. Please do not vilify me, you men who've been having sex since you was 12 and you think you putting it down.
It's the truth.
But I just can't imagine, like, what is the only pleasure is the rebellion. Is that it's something like, oh, I'm not supposed to be. To me.
This is something to do. This is what people are doing.
Yes, but I'm like, it's, because sex is amazing, right? If it's amazing.
Yourself right at that age?
Oh, Lisa, please. Because it's a whole conversation, right? Like it is more than just laying down with somebody and I don't know. Like, yes, there's a whole thing that needs to happen. Like,
it's the process.
But I didn't, let me tell you something. I've only talked to my kids about the dangers of it. I've not sat Kennedy down and I think I said it's another episode. I don't know that. I don't know that my husband has talked to my sons about like pleasuring a woman, and I think he should, because I think that women should know that. Pleased. They should know not to be selfish. Like certain things that they should know in lovemaking.
Yes.
That's it. I know some moms, I've heard of some mothers like, giving their daughters tips and stuff like, let me tell you something. Let me be very clear. Let me be extremely clear. Lisa, you might get a phone call. If Kennedy came and was like, Mom, I'm trying to figure out fellatio.
God, oh my God.
Can you imagine?
I just can't imagine.
Like, can you please read a book? Can you please? There are some books out there.
Maybe we might purchase a book and give it to him or send it to him, right?
Because what I'm not going to do is get no banana and give you no tutorial, right?
That's going to be a hard one.
That? I have seen... Like you hear these women trying to be like cool or whatever. Yes. I want her to learn it at home before. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a thing she don't got to learn at this house. Okay. Let me tell you, she better experiment and figure it out like her mama did.
This is something.
You have some things you just got to I ain't read now, but I'm gonna tell you something. I got a whole husband who's very pleased. I figured it out. Yes. You will figure. But there are women out there who do that.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
What are y'all on? Women who do that. What are y'all on? Leave in the comments how you taught your daughter how to please a man.
Oh my goodness.
But if Kennedy, like I said, if she did come to me, I would not want her to not have the opportunity to talk. I don't want to be like such a prude.
Yeah, but, I mean, it would definitely be something hard.
If she came to me before marriage, I wouldn't give a nan tip.
Before, okay, exactly.
The same way you figured out you wanted to do it is the same way you better figure out how to do it. Okay, how about that? Go consult what made you such a little hot in the pants.
True.
But if she was married, I would be like, are your girlfriends not talking about this? Like, can you talk to some of your friends?
It would definitely be those questions first. Yes. Where are your friends at?
Yes, like that's what friends. Because when I was young, that age, me and my friends was talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
That is too funny.
No, but people are out there teaching their kids, their girls about.
No, absolutely.
I know people who were saying like as young as 14, these women were teaching their daughters how to like be on top. Let me tell you something.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you a thing or two. I wish I would. My mama is 60 and she be trying to talk to me, not like about her sex life because she says she doesn't have one, but every time she brings it up or says she doesn't have one,
it's
I'm
like,
just like,
ew, like I don't want to hear about it, right?
And I'm grown.
Okay.
Right? Like I've been having sex for a very long time. I don't want to hear about that. Like, I don't even want to hear that you're not doing it. I don't want that visual for me. But I do. I need to talk to my husband when he get home. Have you told the boys that it is very important? And maybe when they get engaged or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they decide, and I think for him, he's made the door open. He's left the door open for them too to talk. Like if you decide, and not even I think I know because when he took Chris off to college, he talked to him about that. When he took MJ to LA for the first time after high school, he talked to him about, about safety and all of that stuff. Yes. But I need to know, you talked to him about being a man in the bedroom. Because to me, that I had bad sex for so long.
Oh my God, bad sex for so long.
Yes.
And you knew it was bad at that time, or you didn't know it was bad until you felt something good?
That part. So when I finally had good sex, I was like,
okay, this is what it is about. Okay.
This is what the hype is about.
Yeah, okay.
Let me tell you something.
I love it.
Girl, honey. Look, I get it. I get it
now. Here goes Kennedy. So, Mom, what is good sex?
Oh my God. I heard it was a book. Okay. Google it. I heard it was a television program. No, and that's the thing. Like I don't have no investment.
Oh my God. Sorry.
No,
do you remember? I don't even think social media shows you everything nowadays. Right. But when we were growing up, they had a lady. She was an older lady, and she talked about sex talk. I cannot remember what her name was, but she was Caucasian, and she gave it up about everything.
You watched that? Is that how you learned how to do fellatio?
I watched her.
Was you doing?
I could not.
Were you doing that in high school? I have so many questions because I wasn't sexually active in high school. Were you giving fellatio in high school?
Heck no.
Are you sure?
Would you tell me? I would. I just couldn't fathom that. No, heck no, I was not.
Interesting.
No, I was not. No, that wasn't a part of me then.
I'm interested in that.
It took me a minute
because I think young girls are doing that.
They are nowadays.
Like nobody because when we was growing up, it was gross, right?
Yeah, like
it was gross to do that.
Yeah, like that was not no.
But it's not gross now.
Well, yeah, it's part of human anatomy. Is what happens and what people do when it comes to intimacy.
Fellatio is not part of human anatomy.
I mean, whatever it is, it's what they teach it, and it's human, whatever.
They're teaching Who is teaching? You're just saying things.
Are you sleeping? Sex education in school, but I know they don't go that route.
Boom! Sex education is not about how to have sex.
It is not. That's that human anatomy that I was talking about.
If they are teaching you how to have sex in high school, I'm writing a book.
Something about the birds and the bees.
No, there is sex education that talks about. I think they teach you how to put on a condom, but they are not teaching you how to give fellatio.
Definitely not so. Definitely not so. You're absolutely right about that. And no, I was not. But then there were girls during high school years doing that. Like there were girls out there doing that. But I wasn't one of that. No. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm telling you, I didn't do that until honestly. Do I have to get my age? But no, I was well in a deep relationship, like almost married.
Interesting.
And still couldn't get it then. And still, but
did you think it was gross?
It just had to make sense to me, and it wasn't making sense to me.
Oh, it doesn't make sense to you now. Jigs do it. This is not a sex show.
It is not. It really is not. We were talking about abortions. That's how it started. But you guys know we got to keep it real.
Look, I guess that's kind of a way to keep yourself from getting pregnant. That's how you've not been getting pregnant.
You know what? I've been putting in work.
This is how you've not been getting pregnant. Got it. Me too. Same.
Oh my God. Good night. Let's drink water to that.
Y'all, this might not make the actual podcast. They know it's so far left. It is relationships.
We are listening.
How do we go from abortion to
hey, this is perfect. This is right on.
It is.
It's right on. Abortions and relationships and
At least our kids who watch this will know they can't come to us.
Sorry, kids. We are so sorry about this one.
Secondly, please don't come to us for no sex tips.
Yeah,
look, because everything we learn on the street. Go learn
from your friends. From actual friends.
Or by trial and error.
Mm-hmm. When you are married, right? When you are married, it's possible that you can ask a little bit of something, when you're married.
Yes, you can ask a little bit of something. Yes. I still don't want to give Kennedy
not in detail.
Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
She don't even want that visual.
I'm so goofy. I wouldn't even be able to do that.
Can you imagine giving that visual? So this is...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm too goofy for that.
It doesn't always have to be on your knees. It doesn't.
That would be you explaining it too. That would be so you.
There's different things that you could do, different ways that you could do it.
I could not. Oh, I could not.
What is happening, Lisa?
Listen.
This is why I didn't want to talk about abortion.
This is great.
I knew this was going to turn into sex ed from old women.
This is for old women.
No, this is from old women.
This is straight transparency. You're not going to get any better than this. You're not going to get any better than this.
So that said, if you want to have an abortion, we'll pray for you. It's fine. Look, if you want to have great sex, we will pray. Let me tell you something, because great sex is literally
really where it's at.
For kids, for people not married.
Kids.
But great sex is literally, to me, a very spiritual experience.
It really is. I think it takes your soul.
No, it literally. Let me tell you something. I called my best friend the other day because I've been with my husband for 10 years.
You said whip
with him for about 10 years.
Okay.
Had the best sex of my life about 3 nights ago.
Oh, just recently. Let
me tell you something. That's a grown man. That I never had nobody better than him. That brother bad.
Ooh, you better, girl. I don't even know if we need to go no further than this. You want to just stop?
But let me I say this to you
to say. Take this off of air.
No, stop.
Because I ain't trying to fight. This is my brother, and I'm not fighting nobody for you.
I'm about to tell you about my best friend.
Nobody for you now.
So I don't talk heavy to my friends about sex. That's not who I am.
Yeah, I know.
I called my best friend the next morning. I said, I have to tell you something. My best friend is Christian. She's great. I said, I had the best sex of my life last night.
I love to hear it.
She was like, oh my God. I said, I need you to know that my husband puts it down. Like, he is a beast. But last night.
Oh my God.
She was like, God is so good.
Oh, that's so good. Okay. Amen to that.
That was her response. She was like, but I said, no, for real. It's very spiritual. Yes. But it is. Even before that particular night, it was always a very spiritual thing. With me and my husband.
Yes.
Very, very spiritual thing. Yes. Because it is, and I don't know if it was, God knew what he was doing.
He does.
He did. He was just like, this girl gonna die if she has to have bad sex for the rest of her life. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is show her what sex should have been.
Ooh, and I'm so glad you brought this up, and I want you to continue. But this is
I don't want to continue. My husband is going to kill me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, this is a great segue into females at a young age, or females who are having sex, and not practicing being celibacy or abstinence, because females are saying or feel that they don't want to marry somebody and not have had sex with them, and then that person can't perform in the bed.
That's why you have to marry who God has. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I believe you have to marry who God has for you, because let me tell you something.
Yes. Yes.
I ain't had sex with a lot of people, Lisa. I'm not promiscuous, whatever. I can count on 5 fingers how many people I've had sex with in my life. That's real.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, I believe you. I believe you.
But I didn't even put good sex on my, I wrote my list and wrote my story about how the man I wanted. I didn't even put good sex on there. But God was like, this is your forever, and I don't want you cheating. I don't want you to be. And I do think it has everything to do with our spiritual connection.
Absolutely.
And he just desires to please me. It is, he is so unselfish. He is so
I'm going to take care of you, babe.
I'm going to take care of you.
I'm going to take care of you. Forget me.
I know, wait, girl.
Forget me.
Say something.
Okay.
Have a conversation with you. Let me tell you something. He's great.
Yes.
I'm just going to say that.
So let me ask you
he's
this.
Great out of the way.
Let me ask you this, because I do. When you feel like this is, oh my God, this was amazing. Oh my God, this was the best I've ever had. Do you cry?
No, but I pray. And that is so weird. That is so
very
yes.
Not, I don't want to say very weird, but
I do.
Really? You're praying with your husband? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Ooh, that's deep.
Yep, I do.
That's powerful.
I do. It's very weird. Ooh. It is very weird. And it's weird because we get very
Oh, he praying with you?
No, I'm in my head. I'm not weirding this brother out. I'm not weirding him out. But I'm in my head thanking God and praising God.
In your head.
I'm not praying.
You know,
no, I'm not doing that. This girl is so weird. And do not mock speaking in tongues.
I don't know how to do it anyway. I'm sorry, but I'm just imagining.
No, I don't do that. It's just in my head. But like, no, I don't do it out loud or whatever. I was thinking out loud, and it's a weird dynamic because I'm also like very much not a prude in the bed, and so it's in the middle of other stuff is going on. It's a lot. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, no, I do. I've never. But so for me, if when it's always fantastic, and I just want to do it again right away.
Oh, right. Oh, Lord, it is. I know it is running from you.
Crazy. It is crazy. Really? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And he'd be like, "I'm so tired." Okay. I'm like, because it's fantastic. I love it. It is always so thorough. Right? So thorough. It's not like
you never have step in.
Not ever. Oh. Not a time. Not a time. Not age from beginning to end. From beginning to end. And I just,
thank God for
can't wait for my husband to come home.
Ooh, you don't have a clue what he about to get himself into.
He does not. And when he sees this episode, he is going to be like, babe, you got to take that down. All these women at work.
All his exes.
Look.
Dialing them up.
But look, and then he's like, so this could be game, which he ain't got to, give me no game. But he is always like, it is, because I'm always like, it's so good. Like, this is really weird to me, like how good you are. I've had sex with grown men. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But when you were having sex with a man that God has for you, I firmly believe that this is because he is my soulmate. But he has said to me, it's never been this good before.
So and he
girl, honey, he liked the way it looked. He's like, the first time he saved me, he was like, why is it so pretty? I was just like, this is what they look like.
I've seen pretty.
No, I've seen pretty. He is enamored.
Yes.
And it's just great. Yes. And I just love him. And I'm not sure. I'm going to have to tell him that I said that. You guys may be hearing this after a cut. Because...
we getting real deep.
Too much. What is
we getting real deep.
This water.
It's just water. We're not even drinking wine like we did last episode at all. We on straight water.
Really out here talking. My husband might be like, you said what?
What? You done gave the business though. You don't. But yeah, he don't put him out.
So we're not having abortions is the point. So.
That's what we were talking about. That's what we're
our abortion episode.
Yes, this was
our
abortion episode.
How did we get to talking about sex?
Abortion, y'all.
With my husband.
Safe sex?
Ain't nothing about the sex safe. Ain't been safe. It is safe because we're together.
Yes. Oh my God, this was actually a great episode.
Do you think so?
I think it was great. I think that we really
way
opened
too
up
much
on
information.
TMI. Y'all better appreciate it and enjoy it.
Look, I don't know if you're going to get another one. Because we're going to make the Jesus next episode.
We come back to Jesus.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Nothing but prayers.
We're going to be to my interest of praise and worship. Help me, Lord. No, this was good. No, I do. So that's our stance on abortion. That's our stance on premarital sex with our children. That's our stance on postmarital sex with our men.
Yes.
I hope y'all having good sex out there, dog.
Good sex is important. It definitely saves a relationship.
It can make or break a relationship.
It can make or break a relationship, honestly.
Because let me tell you something. Can you imagine God being like, I want you to be yoked to this man for the rest of your life, and you are...
He wouldn't do that.
Because he's a good guy.
Yeah, he would not do that.
He is so good. That's real. That's real.
Yes.
If you're having bad sex, you have the conversation with the Lord about whether or not you are yoked to the person that you're supposed to be yoked.
Amen to that.
I'm just kidding.
Because that comes with the territory.
It does. Because God wants us to be happy. I believe that. I believe that. That is why my friend said God is good.
He would never forsake us. He's going to supply all of our needs and give us our desires.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. See y'all later.
Peace.